Welcome to my channel, Gerda Creates. Today we're going to be painting this hot girl, and that's what I always call my girls, hot girls. Basically here I'm just drawing out the image, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am Gerda Boateng. I'm new to YouTube. This is my first video, and what my focus is that I'm trying to paint or show you guys how you can paint black girls with watercolor. So this is the first image that I have, and what I'm doing here is laying down the base, which is a very light shade of brown or tan or whatever you want to call it, and then I'm gonna go in with a lot of water on this base because you want to apply what they call a wet on wet method. So now I'm just darkening it by adding another shade of that same tone of brown, just with way less water, so that it's so much deeper when it comes to the color. It's complete. I've done one shade. We're gonna do another one, which is gonna come up right after this, but clearly it's taken really long because this is my first video and I don't know what I'm doing. So let's just watch me as I do this for a little bit, and then I'll explain the rest when we get to it. So here you see me giving her a little bit of blush, you know, because she's a cutie, and I want to add different tones to the base of the face because that's going to help with adding shade and adding depth to different parts of the face so that it has some dimension, and so it's not just one flat shade. Now you see that it's totally complete. Well, at least the tones that I was laying down are complete. I'm going to go in and add a darker shade of brown, and I think this is going to be my last shade or my last tone of brown, just to bring in the color, so it kind of covers up all the other shades that I put underneath, like the purple and the reds, so that you can have a nice rich tone of a tan brown. I would call this a tan brown. So yeah, it's done here, I think. Give me a sec. Wow, I'm still going in. I'm just making sure the tone is really deep. And there I use a little bit of paper towel just to take up some of the color because it was really wet at that spot on her hand. And then done! Okay, so I'm going in to areas like the nose where I want to bring definition, and just enhancing it by deepening the color that's there, and doing it also for around the eyes too. And as you see here, I'm doing the same for the lip because I want to add some depth to it, because everyone has that little bit of crease underneath the lip. And then now we've got the eyebrows, the most important part, the eyebrows. I use a lot of shades of brown here and black because I laid down the lighter shades of brown just so it's got a nice flat tone, and then using darker shades of blacks and browns creates different dimension within the eyebrows, and then boom, there you have it, fully complete eyebrows. Now I'm doing a little bit of detailing with the eyelids because I find once you do that, that kind of pops the image, as you can tell. Now it's popping. And then I'm using black here, or like a very watered down black, to do areas like the lashes and the nostrils so that it's not flat. Now we're on to the lips. With the lips, you'll find I do a lot of different layers. So I did a brown layer at first, and now I'm doing a pinkish soft layer for both the top and the bottom. And then in the next clip, you'll see that I'm going to be doing a darker shade of that pink. Okay, that's a lie. A darker shade of the brown. And then I'm going to go in and do a darker shade of the pink. It's actually red. There you have it. I'm onto the ring now, and that I just used yellow or next time I'm gonna look at what the actual color is called, and then it's basically the same tan or yellow color, and I just used a wetter, lighter version for it for the top part of the ring, and then a dark part for the bottom. And then now we're at the fun part, the hair. I went with the shade of blue. I don't know, something told me do it blue. And so I laid down a light shade of the blue, just like I would with the skin tone. This is the second layer of blue. Third layer of blue. The nails are pink and popping though. Okay, I put in some purple just to add some depth so it's a little bit darker. I find sometimes when you use purple with watercolor, it just gives you a really nice deep tone when you lay it under the color that you want it to be. I slowed it down here because this is where I do my doodles that I do. And here I just use this as like my relaxing abstract addition to my Black Girl magic picture. Now we sped it up so you can see me finish it. And with the hair, I like to do either super simple and don't do anything at all to the hair, or I go in with the doodles hardcore. And so I chose to do that for this hair because it was a fun hairstyle, you know, two pigtails, two braided pigtails or twists, I guess. And I just used the same motion repeatedly to create the definition within the hair. I'm basically outlining certain parts of the picture because I want them to pop when I put the background down, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm clearly working with different shades of blue here. So this is more like an aqua. And I laid the first layer down flat, and then a second layer, and then I'm going to do another layer, which will give it the depth that I'm working with. That was my blow dryer because, you know, we don't have time. So we got to speed it up. Gotta make it go fast. So you can do that too. So you can also do that as well. You can use like your blow dryer just to blow dry the image so that it speeds up the process, because waiting for certain parts of your watercolor to dry is like waiting for paint to dry, literally. So that's what I do. I just use my blow dryer, pick up the pace, and then that way I'm finished. So here she is, all done, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna call her yet, but I'll figure it out later. Check me out on Instagram, and that is at Gerda Creates, as well as my website, gerdacreates.com, and there is gonna be so much more videos. This is my first one, so look out for the rest. Like and subscribe so that you know when I put out a new fresh video.